top of you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top of you just like to lose.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New York Giants and their inner-city rivals, the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll go to Barkley again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, we know how good he is in the running game, but here good yardage in the passing game as he's able to shake free. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. Now it's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Jets at 0-5, just a dismal start to the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them,
trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A quick throw. It's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Ball again on 2nd down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right now at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. He'll get it inside the 20, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. another try for Barkley. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Giants have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. Room here to run. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50 as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Ball again on 2nd down. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall. Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now...
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Barkley, inside handoff, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Giants are able to add on to their first half lead. Gano now to add the extra point. And oh, it's no good. For the 2nd time now in this first half, he's missed an extra point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From the 10. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 76 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. On first down, Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. So we've reached halftime with a visiting Giants, I guess you could say, on top of the Jets in this New York rivalry. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On third down, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Wilson getting right back to it after the pick 6. This pass out wide to Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat, but a 1st down.
That's good for the Jets.
Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. Play action. Now Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 41 yards. And the Jets are able to claw one back. And oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Credit the tackle to John Franklin Myers. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. They'll run it again with Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times, and you can't give up.
And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. James Robinson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And he missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone. And that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense ready to go in this Battle of New York. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They go play action now. Wilson steps away. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And my goodness, another interception. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They go option here with Jones. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they will take a knee here. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they take a knee.
Brady
Here's the Jets punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And take it right on the 30. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So deep trouble here, backed up to their own 1-yard line for 2nd and long. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back him up halfway. Second and 11 now. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Giants, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody wave, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr.